Hello, my dear friends. A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to Online Benches by Example. So, today we are going to discuss a very important topic of biology, that is animal reproduction part 1. So, let me see how many of you are live. Can we have the responses, please? So, today we will discuss about animal reproduction, types of reproduction, male reproductive system, female reproductive system, the different organs. Okay. So, please respond fast. I'm waiting for your responses, guys. And this is our English medium channel, guys. So subscribe, share, and also press bell icon to get the notifications of our upcoming classes. And here we have the daily timetable of our YouTube classes. At 7 a.m. we have current affairs classes by Roshan Chandan sir, and at 9 a.m. we have general science classes. It is with me, and 10 a.m. we have vocab classes by Nitin Mishra sir, and at 12 p.m. we have English classes by Nitin Mishra sir. 2 p.m. we have GS and GK classes by Chandan Roshan sir, and 5 p.m. we have maths classes by Dipender Singh sir. At 3 p.m. we have reasoning classes by Sonal ma'am, and at same p.m. we have GK and GS classes by Prabal sir. So please take the screenshot of this slide, my dear friends. Now let us start with topic animal reproduction. Tell me, what is reproduction? Tell me the definition of reproduction. What do you mean by reproduction? So when we talk about the reproduction, it is very simple, guys. The production of new organism from pre-existing organisms is known as reproduction. Okay, so what is reproduction? The ability of the living organism to produce new living beings similar to themselves is known as what? Reproduction. You also know that reproduction is of two types. The first one is asexual reproduction, and next we have sexual reproduction. So reproduction is of two types: asexual reproduction and we have sexual reproduction. Now we are going to discuss the differences between asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. This is very important. And then we will discuss the male reproductive system, female reproductive system, and different organs of male reproductive system and female reproductive system and their functions. Okay, so let us start with the differences between asexual and sexual reproduction. When we talk about asexual reproduction, my dear friends, in this type of reproduction, single parent is needed. That is, single organism produces new organism. And in case of sexual reproduction, we need two parents. So two parents are required to mate, that is male and female, in case of sexual reproduction. When we talk about asexual reproduction, in case of asexual reproduction, since single parent is involved, that's why there is no mixing of characters. So offsprings are identical to parent. Offsprings or progeny are identical to parent. But in case of sexual reproduction, two parents are required to meet. Two parents are involved. So offsprings are not identical to their parent. This is very important point. Robin, good morning. So in case of asexual reproduction, single parent is required, single parent involved. But in case of sexual reproduction, two parents are required to mate, that is male and female. So in case of asexual reproduction, offsprings produced as a result of asexual reproduction are identical to parent. But offsprings are not identical to their parent in case of sexual reproduction, because in case of sexual reproduction, two parents are required. Two parents are involved. Now the third point is very important point, guys. In case of asexual reproduction, gametes are not involved. Gametes are not required. But without gamete, sexual reproduction is not possible. We will discuss what are the gametes a little later, don't worry. Now, when we talk about asexual reproduction, it is found in lower organisms such as bacteria, such as yeast, such as amoeba. So, in lower organisms, for example, amoeba, it is a unicellular organism, single-celled organism. There is no reproductive system like human being or other animals, other higher animals. So, in amoeba, a sexual reproduction takes place. In amoeba, reproduction takes place by asexual method. But in higher organisms like human being, dog, donkey, buffalo, goat, cow, etc., sexual reproduction takes place. Okay. So, see the third point. This is very important. Third point says that gametes are not required in case of asexual reproduction, and without gametes, sexual reproduction is not possible. So tell me, what are the gametes? Tell me, what are the gametes? Tell me, Robin, what are the gametes? So when we talk about the gametes, gametes are also known as reproductive cells. Gametes are also known as reproductive cells or germ cells or sex cells. And what are the gametes? Gametes are those cells which take part in sexual reproduction. So cells which take part in sexual reproduction are called gametes. And gametes are of two types, sperms and ovum. Sperms and ovum. So sperms and ovum together called gametes or reproductive cells or germ cells or sex cells. So when we talk about gametes, it is either sperm or ovum. So sperm and ovum together known as what? Gametes. See, in case of asexual reproduction, there is no need of gametes, and without gametes, sexual reproduction is not possible. First of all, gametes are formed, that is male gametes are known as sperms and female gametes are known as ovum, and fusion of male and female gamete produces zygote. Zygote divide to form embryo, then we have child. Okay. Now, gametes. So what are the gametes, my dear friends? Gametes are also known as reproductive cells or sex cells, or you can say germ cells. Germ cells. Sexual reproduction takes place. We will discuss what is earthworm. Earthworm is a hermaphrodite animal. That is, male and female reproductive system are found in same organism. Okay. So we will discuss. Don't worry. So what are the gametes? Gametes are the cells. Those cells which take part in sexual reproduction are called gametes. Please remember this point. Those cells which take part in sexual reproduction are called gametes, and gametes are of two types: male gametes and female gametes. Male gametes are known as sperms and female gametes are known as ovum or egg. You also know that fusion of male and female gamete is known as, tell me, the fusion of male and female gamete is known as fertilization. Fertilization. So fusion of male and female gamete is known as fertilization, and after fertilization, zygote is formed. Zygote is a single-celled structure, that is, sperm is a cell and ovum is also a cell. Two cells fuse to form a single cell. their nucleus fuse to form a single cell. So suppose if the question is zygote is unicellular structure, multicellular structure, your answer should be zygote is single celled structure, or you can say it is unicellular. But if the question is nucleus of zygote is your answer should be diploid. Nucleus of zygote is diploid. What does it mean? Zygote is unicellular structure or it is a single celled structure. Means it is unicellular, but nucleus of zygote is diploid. What does it mean? When we talk about cells of human body, every cell of human body contains how many chromosomes? Tell me. In each cell of human body, how many chromosomes are found? So when we talk about the human body, in each cell of human body, we have 46 chromosomes. 46 chromosomes. Let me explain what I am trying to say. What is the meaning of diploid, my dear friends? Listen me carefully. In each cell of human body contains how many chromosomes? 46 chromosomes, or you can say 23 pairs of chromosomes. Okay, very important. But when we talk about the gametes, that is sperms or ovum, tell me how many chromosomes are present in sperm and ovum? When we talk about the number of chromosomes in gametes, that is sperms or ovum, in gametes, number of chromosomes becomes just half of your body cells. That is, in sperm we have 23 chromosomes, ovum we have also 23 chromosomes. Now, when fusion of male and female gamete takes place, these two cells fuse to form a single cell, but in this single cell we have exactly double number of chromosome with respect to sperm and ovum. So this chromosome is known as haploid. So in gametes we have 23 chromosomes and this is known as haploid. And this set of chromosome, that is total set of chromosome, is called diploid number of chromosomes. This is your diploid. So in body cells are diploid, that is we have 23 pairs, and gametes, that is sperms and ovum, are what? Haploid. They contain exactly half number of chromosomes with respect to body cells. So when fusion of sperm and ovum takes place, zygote is formed. In zygote we have 46 chromosomes. Zygote divide to form embryo, then we have fetus, and then child. So if the question is in human being, how many chromosomes are present? In each cell of human being, how many chromosomes are present? 46. In gametes, or you can say sperm or ovum, we have how many chromosomes? 23. In zygote, again we have 46 chromosomes. So after fusion of male and female gamete, zygote is formed, which is a single celled structure, but nucleus is diploid. See, when we talk about sperm, here we have 23, egg we have 23, in zygote we have 46. So nucleus of zygote is diploid, but it is a single celled structure. Please remember, this is very important point. Zygote rapidly divide to form a small ball like a structure. Okay, zygote rapidly divide to form a small ball like structure, and this is called embryo, and embryo divide to form fetus. when all body parts are differentiated, then this is called fetus, and fetus means unborn baby. Okay, then we have young one, then we have child. So when we talk about the male gametes are formed in male reproductive system, and female gametes are formed in female reproductive system. So let us start with male reproductive system. Now please remember one more thing. When we talk about sperms are the male gamete. Male gamete of human being is called sperm, and sperm can move. That is, sperms are motile. Motile means they can move, and it is smaller than ovum. When we compare with ovum, it is smaller than ovum. So sperm can move, and it is smaller than ovum. Smaller than ovum. Okay, and it has three parts. It has three parts. So the female gamete is called ovum, and male gamete is called sperm. Sperm has three parts: head, middle piece, and tail. With the help of tail, they can move. Okay, in middle piece we have mitochondria, which provides energy to the sperms. Okay, so sperm is divided into three parts: head, middle piece, and tail. With the help of tail, they can move. So male gametes are known as sperm, and it is much smaller than the female gamete, and they can move. It has a long tail that allows it to move towards the female gamete. Female gamete is called egg or ovum, and it is much larger than the sperm, and they cannot move. So when we talk about the female gamete, it is non-motile. Female gamete is non-motile. Please remember this point. They can't move. Now, what is fertilization? Fusion of male and female gamete is known as fertilization. Fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization, and after fertilization, zygote is formed. Fusion of male and female gamete, that is fusion of sperms and ovum, is called fertilization, and fertilization is of two types. This is also very important point. Fertilization is of two types. The first one is internal fertilization. Then we will discuss about external fertilization. What is internal fertilization? The fertilization which takes place inside the body of a female is known as internal fertilization, and it takes place in higher organisms. For example, human being, dogs, cow, birds, etc. Internal fertilization takes place. Now we have external fertilization. Fertilization which takes place outside the female body. Fertilization which takes place outside the female body is known as external fertilization, and this is very important. Please remember, this question has been asked in various competitive examination a lot of time. That is, external fertilization is very common in. Your answer should be external fertilization is common in aquatic animals such as fishes, such as starfishes. In starfish, fertilization takes place by external mode. External fertilization. Amphibians, for example, frog. External fertilization takes place. Okay, so external fertilization takes place in aquatic animals, and internal fertilization takes place in higher organisms. Okay, Sardarji. Now we are going to discuss the male reproductive system. So let me draw a simple diagram of male reproductive system. Then we will level the different parts of male reproductive system. Then we will also discuss the functions of each and every part of male reproductive system. So see, this is the urinary bladder, which is actually the part of excretory system. This is urinary bladder, and we are going to draw the different parts of male reproductive system. As we know that in male, one pair testes are present. So this is your testis, which is connected by a tube, and here we have a tube-like structure. This testis is also connected by a tube-like structure, and here we have the same structure, that is coiled structure. Here we have a gland. Same gland is present here, and this junction also contains a gland. Here we have a gland. Now tell me, what is this? This is testis. This is testis, and this coiled tube-like structure outside the testis is known as epididymis. So this is your epididymis. Now, this tube-like structure which carry sperms are known as vas deferens. Vas deferens, which is also known as a sperm duct. A sperm duct. And these two glands are known as seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle, one pair, and this single gland is known as prostate gland. This is prostate gland. Okay, and this is penis, and this is urinary bladder. Urinary bladder, and this is the part of your excretory system. So this is the diagram of male reproductive system. Male reproductive system. So diagram is clear. Now, as we know that sperms are formed in testis. What is the function of sperms? Sperms are formed in testis. Okay. And with the help of these tube-like structures known as vas deferens, sperms reaches up to this junction. So when we talk about the testis, production of sperm takes place in testis. So sperms are formed in testis, and epididymis stores sperms for some time. Okay. So when we talk about the epididymis, here storage of sperm takes place. Then with the help of these tube-like structures, what is this? These tube-like structures are known as vas deferens. Sperms reaches up to this junction. See, this junction receives the opening of three glands, one pair seminal vesicle and one prostate gland. When sperms reaches up to this junction, these two glands, means one pair seminal vesicle and one prostate gland, these two glands secrete a liquid, a fluid, and this fluid is known as seminal fluid. And this seminal fluid is mixed with sperms, and then it is known as semen. So what is semen? That is fluid secreted by these two glands. What is semen? Semen is a mixture of seminal fluid. Seminal fluid is secreted by seminal vesicle and prostate gland, and this seminal fluid and sperms is known as what? Semen, and semen is discharged out through this route. Okay, this way. So I'm going to talk about functions of each organ of your male reproductive system. So let us start with testes. Okay, testes. So this is the male reproductive system. Now, when we talk about the testes, what is the function of testis? Tell me. What is the major function of testis? It takes part in production of sperms. This is the major function. But please remember, testis performs dual function. It takes part in production of sperms and also it acts as a gland. It also secretes a male hormone. Okay. It also secretes a male hormone. Tell me the name of male hormone. Tell me the name of male hormone. The male hormone is testosterone. Testosterone. So testis performs dual function. The first function of testis is production of sperms. It also acts as a gland and it also secretes a male hormone which is known as testosterone. But if the question is which of the following cells of testis, which of the following cells of testis produce this particular hormone? So in testis we have special types of cells called Leydig cells, and these Leydig cells secrete this particular hormone. Please also remember one more thing about testis. Testis is made up of small tube-like structures. So when we talk about what is the structural and functional unit of testis, your answer should be seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules. So structural and functional unit of testis is your seminiferous tubules. Because testis is made up of small tube-like structures where production of sperms takes place, and these tube-like structures are known as seminiferous tubules. So please remember, seminiferous tubules are the structural and functional unit of testis. And what is uriniferous tubules? Uriniferous tubules, which also known as nephrons, are the structural and functional unit of your kidney. So what is the function of testis? What are the functions of testis? It takes part in production of sperms. It also secretes a male hormone which is known as testosterone. Now we are going to discuss the functions of male hormone, that is testosterone. When we talk about function, testosterone takes part in growth and development of male reproductive system. It takes part in growth and development of male reproductive system, and it also takes part in growth. It also takes part in growth of development of male secondary sexual characters. So tell me, what is male secondary sexual character? This is very important point. What is male secondary sexual characters? So testosterone takes part in growth and development of male reproductive organs such as testes, epididymis, glands. It also takes part in growth and development of male secondary sexual characters. So what are the secondary sexual characters? When we talk about secondary sexual characters, are the features that appear during puberty in human or at sexual maturity. Puberty means sexual maturity. For example, when we talk about the male secondary sexual character, what are the male secondary sexual characters? Growth of body hairs, chest hairs, pubic hair, growth of facial hairs, deepening of voice, okay, broadening of shoulder. These are the male secondary sexual characters. Please remember. Now when we talk about the epididymis, this structure is known as epididymis. This is the testis, and here we have a coiled tube-like structure outside the testis, which is known as epididymis. What is epididymis? It is a coiled tube-like structure attached to the testis, and it is the storehouse of sperms. So production of sperms take place in testis, but storage of sperm takes place in epididymis. It stores sperms for some times, and here maturation of sperms takes place, and here sperms develop motility. Okay, so this is your epididymis. Just remember, production of sperms takes place in testis, and storage of sperms takes place in epididymis. Epididymis stores sperm for some time. Next, we have vas deferens, which is also known as sperm duct. They carry sperms. When we talk about vas deferens, what is the function? They carry sperms. So it is a long tube-like structure which carry sperm. So this is your sperm duct. Next, we have two glands. One pair we have seminal vesicle and single gland, which is known as your prostate. What is the function of these two glands? These two glands secretes a liquid, a fluid, which is known as seminal fluid. This seminal fluid is mixed with sperm, and then this is known as semen. And semen is discharged out from your penis, and the sperm or urine, which is discharged out through your body by which route. This route is called urethra. Urethra is the route through which urine or semen is discharged out from your body. And what is penis? It is a copulatory organ. So this is all about your male reproductive system. In next class, we will discuss about the female reproductive system and functions of different organs of female reproductive system. So this is all about your male reproductive system. If you have still any doubt, you can ask. Okay guys, see you in the next session. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye. Jai Hind. Thank you very much. See you again.